Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because they can, and they continue with Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. Let's walk around and see how the Citadel has changed in the aftermath of the coup by Cerberus. Yeah, obviously Udina's office is closed, what with him being dead.
This is a problem, boss. Cerberus has changed their ciphers, and our code breakers aren't getting anywhere at the moment. I've got our best teams working in shifts on it, but ensuring Citadel systems integrity is just gonna take time. If we can get some of their field encryption tools, maybe sample ciphers. I understand. Keep trying.
Let's see what's new at the Spectre office. Heating stabilizers. The Salarian colony on Senequal is experiencing a power shortage that threatens their egg incubators. The colony will be forced to evacuate unless improved heating stabilizers can be found. The loss of a colony could amplify the difficulty of gaining Salarian support for the war effort. Hanar heating stabilizer technology can be purchased at a nominal fee. I'm kind of tempted to buy one of those N7 firearms. But they are pretty pricey. A civilian deportation order. Commander Bailey has requested assistance with a conman who is preying on the refugees. The man has exploited loopholes to delay his arrest. Spectre authorization would allow CSEC to immediately deport the conman from the Citadel. Sure, I assume the evidence is legit, because there's nothing to suggest otherwise, so let's just expedite that.
My wife was just sent back to active duty, and I'm about to get shipped out too. I was told you might be able to help me.
Of course. You're Neota's spouse, correct?
Yes. How did you know that?
We keep identity information on all permanent Citadel residents engaged in formal relationships with Asari. That way, should anyone require diplomatic aid, we can ensure prompt assistance.
It's wonderful. Then you can help me send my daughter back to my wife's family?
I'm afraid, however, that might be a bit difficult.
How are we supposed to predict the moves of an enemy we don't understand? Divert to... Crap, do we have any AI-enabled fragments of Sovereign? Any Reaper code I can analyze? No? Well, then they'll keep outmaneuvering our fleet, and Asari worlds will keep burning.
To retake the Volus homeworld from Reaper forces. The Blue Suns, Eclipse, and Bloodpack mercenary gangs have unexpectedly announced that they have united.
Thank you again, Earth Clan. Our military strength is minimal, but we are proud to help as we can.
Last invading forces. After obtaining a Q...
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta
I'm seeing
Memorial
it here,
Hospital.
We're low on metagel and synthetic blood, and we don't have enough volunteers. If we could get the rings of Elune from the Salian Nebula, we could declare a cultural crisis. People would have to listen. No, they're not just symbolic. The Asari revere Elune. She wore these rings after learning medicine from a Thane herself. She was like a Dalatress for your people. If we displayed her rings, we'd get more Asari support in the hospitals. Welcome to Certa.
You know what?
Thank you for coming to Certa. How can we help you? Be safe.
Return to the Citadel. Reaper forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Orbis cluster and the Silian Nebula.
There's got to be something. I don't know what Cerberus was packing, but we're going to lose this patient.
Without a new treatment plan, we're stuck, and I can't think of anything beyond what we've already tried.
I know, but I can't think of anything else. Can you?
I understand Paladin is very busy, but this is one of your own generals. He was stabbed with a poisoned blade by a Cerberus soldier during the attack on the Citadel. We can't identify the toxin. We're barely keeping him alive right now. It's some form of neurotoxin. If you could look at our charts. Of course, I understand. Even a general is just one man. Good luck. Who are we to choose who lives or dies? That's not what we do. We help our patients, all of them.
That's a nice sentiment, but it won't help when we run out of supplies. I've seen this happen in combat before. And we will run out of supplies. Have you seen the projections the administration center made?
I have. The situation is going to get worse. What's your point?
We can't deny the facts. If we prioritize them, some of our patients are in a much better position to survive. If we take care of them first and ration our supplies, we can save some now and enable ourselves to save more later.
We cannot do that. We swore an oath to help the sick regardless of their economic situations or their places in society. Who are we to choose who lives or dies? That's not what we do. We help our patients, all of them.
That's a nice sentiment, but
Well, to be honest, this conversation is kind of stupid, because it doesn't really fully explain what are they arguing about. Because if they are arguing about prioritizing care based on survival possibility, then that is actually standard practice in emergency medicine and battlefield medicine. It's called triage. You know, they literally, this is literally happening all the time, where you assign categories to people based on how likely they are to survive. Because obviously there are situations in which if you have so many people that you can't help them all at once, then you have to choose some kind of methodology on how to do it. And there are situations in which someone is, for example, very gravely wounded, and trying to help them would invest a lot of resources and a lot of time, and the survival possibility is still slim. So this is actually happening all the time. But what throws a wrench into my sort of understanding of the situation is the Salarian guy's line about how they promised to help everyone regardless of their social situation or financial situation, which, if they are talking about prioritizing people based on their military rank, for example, then I think that is actually wrong. Because, the first method is strictly sort of scientific, medical in nature, determining how to best use your available resources for the greatest possible gain. It's simply something you must do, at least at a basic level, because otherwise it's just purely not optimal to just treat people in a massive event where you don't have enough people to treat everyone, to treat them regardless of how complicated it is, like on the first come first served basis or whatever. It just doesn't make sense. But choosing to save people because, for example, they are an officer as opposed to a private, I think that is wrong, because that assigns some kind of sort of value, you basically decide that an officer, his life is like worth more. No, they are all worth the same. A life is a life. So I am conflicted on this. Like, out of safety, I am going to agree with the Salarian guy, just in case they mean literally sorting people based on their rank, because I assume they are triaging people anyway, because that's how hospitals work. So I am going to agree with him because I think it's safer, in case I misunderstand what they are talking about.
We're fighting right now to protect the people you're talking about. If you let these people die, that fight is for nothing.
It's not that simple. If we aren't careful about this now, we'll end up losing everyone.
Then we'll find a way. Look, we have more fortunate patients, right?
Yes, and I hate to say it, but the fortunate ones have far better survival odds.
And more credits. So we asked them for donations, to get more supplies, for those without credits.
What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? That's... You know, that actually might work.
I'm also pretty sure this is illegal. But you know, this is a very... what's the word? This is a very extraordinary situation. So I guess as long as you ask them for donations after you've already helped them, and it's actually literally just asking, without any actual pressure to do that, then I guess maybe.
Can I help you? I'm looking for a Drell named Thane Krios. Well, we have a Drell, but not under that name. He was injured. Stab wound. He's a regular patient here. It's all right, it's all right. I see. The doctors were able to repair a lot of the trauma. However, Mr. Krios is in the final stages of Keprel syndrome. At its worst, Keprel syndrome interferes with his blood's ability to carry oxygen, and he lost a lot. Now, they've given him transfusions, but frankly, there was a very limited supply of Drell blood on the Citadel. I'll get more. Give me his blood type. That's not going to work. Only one other Drell on the station is a match, and that Drell is in with him now. We did all we could to help him through surgery, but his body can't replace lost blood with new cells. Too much shock. His son, Koliat, he's in there saying his goodbyes. You might want to say yours.
Commander Shepard, my father mentioned you were no longer incarcerated. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Koliat Krios. I came to donate blood and, well, he asked me to take off his oxygen mask so he could be comfortable. I don't think it will be very long.
Your father helped me save a lot of lives. I'd like to be here.
Of course.
Commander, I'm afraid I won't be joining you again.
You've done more than enough, Thane.
That assassin should be embarrassed. A terminally ill Drell managed to stop him from reaching his target.
I'll pass the word along.
There's something I must do before it gets worse. I must... Kalahira, mistress of inscrutable depths, I ask forgiveness. Kalahira, whose waves wear down stone and sand.
Kalahira, wash the sins from this one and set him on the distant shore of the infinite spirit.
Koliat, you speak as the priests do. You have been spending time with them.
I brought a prayer book. Commander, would you care to join me?
No. And that's because I actually think it's, I'm not religious, and I think doing that, despite not being religious or even really spiritual, is like more insulting to that person and their faith, because at this point it's all pretend, like, right? You're just, if you do not really believe in it, by participating in those religious rituals, you're kind of mocking them, even if indirectly. I was in a bit of a weird situation, because I stopped being religious somewhere around like high school, but I still attended religious education, because Poland is a little fucked up, and it's actually contrary to the law, but it's very popular practice that all people by default are sort of enlisted in religious education in school, and to opt out, you have to have your parents' permission, which I didn't get. So I was attending religious education and annoying the priest with like difficult questions about theology. So I never prayed, and I never pretended to pray when the others prayed at the start of the lesson. I was just quiet and let them do their thing, but I wasn't like mimicking it or anything, because I felt it's disrespectful, and I'm not going to do it now for the same reason.
This is your time, not mine.
Kalahira, this one's heart is pure, but beset by wickedness and contention. Guide him to where all hunters return, where all storms become still, where all stars show the path. Guide him, Kalahira, and he will be a companion to you, as he was a father to me.
Goodbye, Thane. You won't be alone long.
Academy also fell to the Reapers when Elysium was attacked. Alliance forces were able to evacuate all students. While the Alliance takes heavy losses, Turian troops have been bolstered by Krogan support on Palaven. Krogan leader Erdnon Rex. Forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Nimbus.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Listen, I thought of something. No, it can't wait until I'm back on duty. The Hesperia period. Their statues had legendarily accurate Prothean inscriptions. Can we use that? Yes, I know the Athena Nebula is off limits, but this... a classified project. It needs all the Prothean intel we can find. I haven't found any reliable pictures, but just think. If those statues had something that could help us, even today...
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
At Kanala Exports, thank you for shopping. That at Kanala Exports is a strong heart.
I recovered the Book of Plenties. It's waiting for you in Bay D24.
Earth Clan, this is a priceless gift. Thank you. You may help my people remember themselves. Thank you, Earth Clan. My people are still afraid, but they are remembering who they are.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Please visit any of our Elkos Combine affiliate branches for any and all personal
Your
needs.
account helps fund Citadel defense. If you shut it down and hide the money under your bed, it hurts the war effort.
And if Cerberus attacks again and takes the Citadel, my money is gone. I'll take my chances on my own. Thank you.
So you're fleeing the Citadel? Running to Sanctuary? If you trust the Council, you'll
you'll stay here.
Why should I trust them? They couldn't stop Cerberus. What could they possibly do about the Reapers?
Nothing if you take your money and hide.
Have you seen Palaven or Earth? You can't escape this war. At least here you've got the Council fighting for you.
But to fight, they need money. Money this bank has loaned them using accounts like yours.
Okay, damn it. Leave the account open.
Besides, how can someplace like Sanctuary promise more safety than the Citadel?
You're right. Guess all we can do is hope for the best.
Now, I must say, I don't blame him for being sort of distrustful and disappointed in the council, because that is a total, like, the whole Cerberus coup is stupid. It shouldn't have happened, or even if they attempted it, it shouldn't have been successful to the degree it was. The Cerberus power discrepancy between Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 is pretty ridiculous, and I don't like it. It's not really thought through, and it strains credibility to a ridiculous levels.
He's in intensive care?
He got blasted by Cerberus. They think he's just another victim.
Wounded batarian. Okay, I'll check the Spectre terminal for that.
The Blue Suns, Eclipse, and Bloodpack mercenary gangs have unexpectedly announced that they have united to help fight the Reapers. Cerberus attempts to take control of the world.
No, the Krogan are the only race that can fight on the toxic world, so they need support. Well, ideally, something like a Cacliosaur. They're good in mountains, immune to toxins, ferociously loyal to their riders. Yes, they'd be ideal. Unfortunately, they were driven to extinction during the Rachni War. So, unless we can engineer something new, Krogan on toxic worlds will have to fight on foot without support.
What are you talking about? Because he's talking about mounts for the Krogan? But that's stupid, because don't we have, like, vehicles? What would stop a vehicle from operating in toxic environments? That's pretty stupid if you think about it.
Heavy losses are mounting as human colonies of Elysium, Tiptree, and Suzdale.
Another Cerberus trap? Bomb or turret? How many this time? Clear the area until you've done a full sweep. We need a way to find their tech and shut it off safely. No, E-Crime still doesn't have anything. The tech they got off the bodies of a few Cerberus engineers self-destructed when they took it apart. Not much we can do, except pick up the pieces after another turret guns down on Mom and her kids.
These are control schematics for Cerberus turrets. Will these help?
Damn right they will. I'll have E-Crimes dig into them. Might even help us find the little presents Cerberus left for us. Thanks a lot. This is gonna save lives. Found another one. Yeah, the guys in Zakara did too. Disarmed there safely. No casualties. Nice work.
Scene contains large scorch marks. Looks like 3 fatalities. Entire area shot to hell. Precision shots. I heard the Geth used jamming towers to prevent auto-targeting. If we had tech like that, we might save some lives next time somebody attacks the Citadel.
You want my security vids? Bring me a warrant.
You're stonewalling me? Those vids could be vital to the war effort.
I doubt the Reapers have agents doing business in my cafe.
We're trying to protect you.
Tell them the job to do. See those scorch marks? Cerberus killed one of my servers right there. Where were you?
Hey, I lost friends too. If you care about finding the Cerberus informants who made it happen, you'll give me the vids.
Like, I can't fault the owner for wanting literal police to hold on to their own end of the bargain regarding, the rule of law. Like, I understand their frustration, but regulations are regulations. If you need a warrant, you should get it. It's not this guy's problem that you don't have it. He's actually following the law. You are not. So, if anything, you should have a problem with the politicians, maybe, to make it easier to get a warrant, maybe. But this is, again, not this guy's fault. So I am going to side with him, because I think it's important that citizens have have faith in the state upholding its own law. I think it's I think it's not beneficial if citizens believe that the state itself and government agencies disregard their own law, because if the police isn't even following the law, why should I?
People are dying in this war. You don't get to use that as ammunition in your little pissing contest.
Thanks, Commander.
I'm trying to find Cerberus spies.
You should be looking in your own office. I saw the news.
I know. You're right. Sorry. I lost some friends, and I'll go through channels.
Yeah, right.
If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
That's exactly the point. There are simply proper channels to do it through, and he should go through them.
Forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Nimbus cluster and the Citadel Nebula.
Damn it. If we'd kept digging a few hours longer, we'd have gotten the obelisk of Karza. I know the Hades Nexus is off limits. I'm not an idiot. Damn it, the Alliance needs that thing right now. The obelisk of Karza was supposed to contain Prothean language translations, like the Rosetta Stone for Protheans. Think of how much it could have helped us understand.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
For the best in the business, come to Casa. Casa Fabrication Weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth. Neither should you.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods. Thank you for shopping at Nosastra Sporting Goods.
People have a right to defend themselves.
If you start selling weapons to everyone on the Citadel, CSEC will shut this whole place down.
CSEC couldn't protect us when Cerberus attacked. I'll take him to court.
You think a court is going to want more people running with guns right now?
Then I'll go to the wards and sell from the back room at Purgatory.
People are already scared. If you violate weapons laws, they'll just be scared and trigger happy.
Again, the guy who sides with the actual literal law is correct here, because, by the way, I'm not saying that I'm like 100% a legalist. I'm not one of those people who think that if something is a law, it's automatically correct. Law can be wrong, but both in the previous case and in this one, I do believe that the law is actually correct. There should be regulations on how to get a gun, and not everyone who wants a gun should be able to just get a gun without any kind of oversight whatsoever. At the very least, you should, demonstrate that you're sort of mentally sound and that you have received training how to operate that gun. So I am going to side with the guy who upholds the current law because it seems sensible.
Would a bunch of civilians shooting at anything that moves make the Citadel safer?
The commander's right. Maybe if the council organizes a civilian militia with training. Otherwise, they'll just panic and get themselves killed.
I just want people to be safe.
I know, but second-guessing CSEC isn't the way. What if we submit a proposal to start a militia?
Okay, that'd be something.
Forces landed on a route in an attempt to retake the Volus homeworld from rebel forces.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Cerberus attempts to take control of the
munitions. Welcome to Cypertine Armory. Thank you for shopping by Cypertine Armory. Will show in your credit report as AM Trading Limited.
Excuse me.
Hello, Shepard. Nice to see you. I missed this place. It's good to be off ship for a while. Hello again. Hello, Shepard.
Commander Shepard, do you have a minute?
Can I help you?
Jordan Knowles, E-Crimes. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. I've got a saboteur hacking key systems, power, communications. It's bad. If you've got time to help, check out this console.
Got it. It looks like a collection of access codes.
They're Batarian diplomatic codes, from back when they had an embassy on the Citadel. If you can use your Spectre access to find them, I can shut them down.
I can access restricted intel at the Spectre office in the embassy. If I find anything, I'll let you know. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Maybe these heating stabilizer schematics could help?
This is amazing. The colonists, my sister, will be most pleased. Thank you. I am in your debt. The clutch is stabilized? Really? That is wonderful news, my sister. You wish to name the first hatched after the one who helped us? I think that's a wonderful idea.
We have to keep enforcing the law. Same as always. Without that, everything goes to hell.
Look at Paladin, my friend. We're in hell. We should be looking for terrorists. The rest can take care of itself.
So the bar fights, the drunken disorderlies down by that purgatory place?
How does cracking down on that crap help us win the war? People need to blow off steam right now.
And how does letting the misdemeanors go help the war?
Less time spent on the light stuff means the Citadel has more money for defense.
Everyone on the Citadel knows we're at war now. You have to show them that CSEC is still in control. They need that security.
The commander's right. We need people coming into work every day. We need things to keep running. Otherwise, today's bar fight could be tomorrow's street riot.
Yeah, maybe you're right. This feels so damn petty right now.
I just don't understand why you're suddenly so conflicted.
Look, the asshole's in custody now. Killing him won't bring anyone back.
It's about justice. The man is a traitor and a murderer. You saw what he did to your wife, to my husband.
And didn't bat an eyelash. He's evil, there's no doubt.
What's going on here?
I'm in position at CSEC. Draw them away, and I'll move in and make the kill.
Don't answer that.
What? I don't really understand what just went down. And citizens on the Citadel are preparing to carry out some sort of assassination at the CSEC office in the Presidium Commons. Go there and look for suspicious activity. What? I totally didn't really get that from that conversation. Like, I understood they are planning to kill someone, but...
Commander Shepard. Guess I know what happened to my backup.
Excuse me?
Come on. I'm in CSEC in civilian gear with a weapon. I know what I'm made. Just let me explain. Captain Aaron Summers, Alliance Marines, retired.
Captain Summers?
There's a prisoner here. CSEC officer who helped Cerberus. CSEC caught him when you stopped the coup. Now he's offering them intel on Cerberus to get a better deal.
Why are you telling me this?
Because he doesn't deserve a better deal. He killed people during the coup, good people. And he's former Alliance, like us. The way I figure it, he's our problem to fix.
Well, whether he deserves a deal is another question entirely. There is something problematic, I think, from a simple, like, from a justice analysis. There is something problematic about the institution of a crown witness, but But that is immaterial, because even if he doesn't deserve the deal, you are not allowed to just murder him.
Tell me what this guy did to deserve death.
He executed his own friends in cold blood for Cerberus, cleared the path for their troops. Now he's saying he's a vet, and he was suckered in by talk of helping humanity. I don't know what intel he has, and I don't really care either. He dishonored the uniform.
Let me do it legally. Could I get him executed? Legally? Because, you know, that's my point. My point isn't that he necessarily doesn't deserve to die. Maybe he does, but that's immaterial, because I oppose the idea of extrajudicial justice on principle. But I'm not going to choose this, because, to be honest, I kind of also oppose capital punishment. So let's go with this.
If you gun that man down, you're dishonoring the uniform just as much as he did.
Like hell I am.
I don't like plea bargains any more than you do, but the intel we get will save lives.
Says who?
Our superiors. The people we swore to serve and trust. Captain Summers.
Yes, Commander. Sorry, Commander. I'll shut it down. Thanks.
Well, that was pretty easy. Actually, sort of surprisingly easy.
If he's a terrorist, he ought to be locked up.
He should be shot. Gorex wanted for 6 bombings. 6. Killed both humans and batarians.
He bombed his own people? Why?
He was part of a terror cell. Picked crowded places. Voya, Omega. Doesn't matter to these asshole fanatics who gets blown up.
Spectre status recognized. Please select. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Look, I filled out all the forms you requested and jumped through every hoop. I don't even know where Nyota is, and I'm gonna be deployed soon, too. Everyone's been called back to active duty since Earth was attacked.
I understand, but...
I can't leave my daughter here alone. I need to send her back to Thessia, to her family.
These things are very complicated, and usually take a very long time. It's even worse with everything going on right now. I'm very sorry. If you can't accept a fostering by proxy until her file is processed, there's nothing more I can do.
Spectre status recognized.
Medical supplies. Medical supplies originally meant for occupied zones have been rerouted to the Citadel because the Reaper invasion made the delivery impossible. The supplies are currently in the lockdown in the docks, but can be released to the Huerta Memorial Hospital under Spectre authority. Well, if they can't reach their intended destination, then surely they shouldn't be left in storage. People need them. Authorized civilian militia. CSEC has fielded requests for a civilian militia to defend the Citadel in the event of another attack. Many CSEC officers believe that a militia would benefit the Citadel's state of readiness and improve morale, but they lack funds and clearance for the program. Spectre authorization would allow CSEC to begin training civilian volunteers using funds normally allocated to executive bonuses. This is actually a very good idea. A militia is sort of a good middle ground between not having weapons for civilians and just handing out weapons to everyone who wants them. Like, militia, actually, in the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, it actually mentions a well-regulated militia. So, I'm not a constitutionalist. and I don't know that much about the US Constitution, so don't take my word on it, but it seems that even there, they kind of thought about it in the way where it's not like everyone should just have a gun, period, but everyone can have a gun, but it should be, they should at the very least be trained in operating it, and there should be some regulation. Yeah, this is not a bad idea, actually. First Irun financial report. This financial report is for top-level embassy access only. According to financial estimates from the Irun Investment Trust, a division of Elkos Combine, the Citadel races cannot sustain the cost of the war for more than 1 year. Although military spending has stimulated certain market sectors, shortages and rationing in other areas have depressed the financial system. Civilian discretionary spending has fallen, except in entertainment areas like escapist vids or drinking. First Irun is borrowing heavily to provide funds for the key functions across the Citadel, but if the war does not end within the next year, galactic financial collapse is inevitable. Surveillance authorization. CSEC has requested a number of surveillance warrants in attempt to find evidence that would incriminate Cerberus informants on the Citadel. Officers have tapped public surveillance feeds, but do not have the legal access to private security feeds. Spectre authorization would enable CSEC to tap into business feeds without informing civilian agencies. No, I'm not going to do that, because that runs totally contrary to what I just said in that discussion with the guy. They should go through actual legal channels to obtain those warrants, so tough luck. Location of a batarian patient. A batarian patient named Gorek is located in a makeshift clinic in the temporary refugee camp at Docking Bay, E24. He is suffering from undisclosed but severe injuries. Medical staff from Huerta Memorial have provided painkillers, but there is no viable long-term treatment. Because the Batarian hegemony refuses to share records, no data on Gorek is available prior to his arrival on the Citadel. Batarian access codes. With Spectre-level access codes, it is possible to bypass standard security protocols and track top-level diplomatic dispatches. The location of consoles will be uploaded to the Spectre's Omni tool and highlighted for easy detection.
Attempts to take control of the Citadel have failed, and CSEC forces...
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E24. Emergency civilian
understand what these refugees have been through. Can't you let me in?
No.
I only need a couple of hours of footage.
You're not crossing that dock.
Wait, aren't you Commander Shepard? Solik Vast, documentary maker. Please, maybe you can help. I'm trying to document the stories of the refugees coming to the Citadel. Their loss, their sacrifices, their moments of bravery.
Something holding you back?
CSEC won't allow me on the docks. They say I'd be disruptive. But you could catch a few quick shots for me.
There are lots of refugees on the rest of the Citadel.
It won't have the same impact as seeing crowds trapped on the docks. We all need to help each other. I want this documentary to shock people into action.
Good idea. The galaxy should see what these refugees have been through.
Thank you, Commander. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. If you could just take a few shots with your Omni tool in the refugee camp. I'll be here when you're done. Please find me when you have enough footage, Commander. I'll be here.
Okay, this is a nice spot for a picture.
I can't really use that. Could you try again, please?
What's wrong with that? This wall of people, mourning their missing or dead relatives is a pretty good material for a photo, if you ask me.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. He'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert. I'm glad you came. I just need a few moments to myself. I just need a few moments to myself.
Yes, that's just what this documentary needs.
Forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Nimbus cluster and
I don't think that will quite fit the documentary's tone.
joint forces landed on Reaper in an attempt to retake the vaults on the world from Reaper forces.
Welcome to Batarian State Arms. Thank you for your patronage.
Pressure's okay. No infection so far.
Can I talk to him?
Only if it's important, Commander. He's hurt bad. Take down the sedative a bit, but hurry. I peg his survival at 50-50.
Are you Gorek?
Go away. Nothing to say.
Not even what a terrorist is doing on the Citadel?
You!
Do I know you?
Every batarian with someone on Aratok remembers your face.
The planet that got caught in the Alpha Relay explosion.
You butchered a colony, only regret. Don't have the strength to...
Well, he has a very good point, actually, because as I said a number of times, even if you agreed it was justified, it was utterly wasted by the Alliance. And still, I guess out of the two, I actually agree with this more, because two wrongs don't make a right. I could have been in the wrong. And to be honest, I think I was in the wrong when I exploded that system. But that is irrelevant because that doesn't give people a right to blow up civilians elsewhere as revenge for what they did. As I said, two wrongs don't make a right.
So you just started murdering people.
How many did you murder? Don't pretend your hands are clean, you...
You think I didn't feel guilty? I destroyed a colony. I've thought about the people who died. About how I couldn't warn them in time. In the end, I didn't have a choice. But I'm sorry. If that means anything.
If you're so remorseful, if you have any real guilt, show some mercy. Unplug this machine. Let me join my family.
Okay. I understand they are probably not doing this because he's under criminal investigation. But to be honest, what could they sentence him to? If it is death, he's going to be dead anyway. And if it is anything else, being dead is already like a punishment enough. So, I understand this is a problematic thing maybe from a legalistic standpoint, but actually outside of the context of this situation, I'm 120% in favor of legal euthanasia, so let's just do it. What? This guy doesn't even comment on the fact that I just killed a person. Like, technically speaking, depending on what the laws are on the Citadel, that could have been murder.
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for who?
Oh, for my parents. They put me on the refugee transport and said to wait for them here. They'll come find me as soon as they can.
Well, I guess this is a safe place. Look, if anyone bothers you, let me know. I'll take care of them, okay?
Sure thing, sir. Thanks.
Great shot, Commander. I think it needs to be more about the refugees.
Forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Nimbus cluster and the Salian Nebula.
Excellent. That will really get people's attention. Thank you, Commander. That should be enough footage. Come meet me again when you're able.
I need support. Someone sabotaged the Metagel dispensers, and I've got some idiot preaching about Cerberus down here. No, I've contacted CSEC. They said it's not a priority and it doesn't matter. What matters is that I've got Turian soldiers dying for lack of medication. I need support. Someone sabotaged the Metagel dispensers, and I've got some idiot preaching about Cerberus down here. No, I've contacted CSEC. They said it's not a priority and it doesn't matter. What matters is that I've got Turian soldiers dying for lack of medication.
Yeah, I'll take that.
No replacement has been selected for the position vacated by Counselor Danelle Udina, who died assisting Cerberus in an attempt to...
Come on!
Hey, Commander. James, enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Try not to lose everything. Those clothes are Alliance property.
Have a little faith, Commander.
I have a little.
You just gonna stand there and watch? You're kind of making me nervous, Commander. I'd ask them to deal you in, but I think they're afraid of you. You're kind of killing my mojo here, Jefe. I was up a minute ago. You just came by at a bad time. You just gonna stand there and watch? Yeah, I'll take that.
Hey, I've assumed full control of the Eclipse, and we're committed to moving forward with Ari.
I don't believe it.
Listen, please, we just need more food. I can give you the location of some ruins. Prothean ruins, on Gay Hinnom in the Hades Nexus. If you could get past the Reaper patrols, I'm sure you'd find something valuable. That's got to be worth something. Please, my family is starving.
About time.
My family is starving. About time. James, you ruthless bastard.
I believe those are my credits. Son of a bitch.
Where are those?
I don't believe it.
There was supposed to be batarian communications or something. I was pretty sure it's somewhere in here.
No replacement has been selected for the position vacated by Counselor Danelle Udina, who died assisting Cerberus in the attempt...
Oh, it's literally Conrad Verner.
Cerberus wants our help. And if Cerberus is good enough for Commander Shepard, it should be good enough for us.
Oh, for the love of...
Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Verner. Wow, it's great to see you again. I joined Cerberus too.
Conrad, Cerberus just tried to kill the Council. I'm not working with them.
Oh no. I screwed up again, didn't I? I'm sorry if I ever accused you of pointing a gun at me when you didn't actually do that. I was really stressed out.
Okay, to be honest, that's pretty stupid that they still haven't fixed that bug and instead retained a line that makes fun of that bug.
What can you tell me about your Cerberus contacts?
Not much. They wanted me to help recruit people near the medical station.
Which was sabotaged while you had everyone distracted.
Oh, wait. No.
I'll deal with it. Just don't do anything.
Okay. But I might be able to help you with whatever you're doing now that isn't Cerberus.
Conrad, I'm building an ancient Prothean dark energy device to stop the Reapers. Can you help with that?
Well, I did write my doctoral dissertation on xenotechnology and dark energy integration.
Really?
Yes. In fact, I may be able to find some ancient tech schematics that could help you with construction. Hang on, I have an old contact. Ah, come on, Hossel, help me out. Sorry, the war has him scared.
Hossel? Gavin Hossel, the tech researcher? I did him a favor once. Tell him this is for me.
I had no idea you two knew each other. Small universe. Okay, he's forwarding the schematics over. Oh no, it's in an ancient Asari dialect. We'd need a lot of ancient Asari writing to translate.
Would this collection of Asari matriarch writings help?
Yes. Yes, it would. Okay, it's auto-translating. Let's see. Oh no, the technology falls under an existing patent. I can't actually access the schematics without a license from, let's see, Elkos Combine? How did you even? Well, this is great. Okay, here you go. Hope this helps you build that dark energy device. Anyway, good luck fixing the metagel dispensers. I'll just be here, not touching anything.
Weren't you running a shelter for war orphans on Ilion?
Yeah, it was doing well until the Reapers attacked. Ended up spending most of what I had left getting the kids off world. I'm sorry if that was...
No, you did the right thing.
Thanks.
You doing okay?
I'm doing great. Listen, can I ask you something though? Do you really think you'll defeat the Reapers?
We'll defeat them, or we'll die trying. There's no other option.
Yeah, okay. Listen, another question. Do you really think you'll defeat the Reapers?
You just asked me that, Conrad.
Sorry. I like to ask all the questions I can think of, and sometimes I forget which ones I've asked already. I should go.
Okay, that's an absolute dig against the player.
Seems this place is hard pressed for supplies. I think I saw some guys fighting over a thermal clip.
A what?
A thermal clip. They stop weapons from overheating.
Wait, where do these thermal clips come from? I thought weapons cooled down.
They used to. After the Geth attack a few years back, we switched to thermal clips.
Well, that sounds like a major step backward.
It lets guns fire with more power, and soldiers can pop in a new clip instead of waiting for the gun to cool.
Fine, sure. You can still wait for your gun to cool down on its own, though, right?
Well, no. The in-gun cooling tech was sacrificed to make room for the thermal clips.
Okay, that's just... You might as well be going back to limited ammunition.
It's not ammunition, Conrad.
I just don't think it's a very good idea.
I'll be sure to let every military organization in the galaxy know that. Did you lose anyone back on Earth?
No. I mean, extranet friends and such, but I don't really have any family left.
What about your wife? Conrad, do you even have a wife?
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, no, but see...
Conrad.
It's just a poster with a few candles. It's very tasteful.
Why wasn't the line playing?
Shouldn't you go repair that medical station? I mean, people are dying, right? Shouldn't you go repair that medical station? I mean, people are dying, right?
Now, that thing with Conrad writing his dissertation on dark energy is hilarious to me, because it has the most out there random requirements to trigger that are all dependent on you doing some miscellaneous stuff that most people don't care about, all the way back in Mass Effect 1. You know, collecting those Asari writings, buying a license for Elkos Combine, and, you know, things like that. So, That's actually pretty funny, actually, to me.
Died assisting Cerberus in an attempted coup against the Council. Heavy losses are mounting as human colonies across Tiptree and Zeus Hope were hit by Reaper forces. Yeah.
Come on!
Ah, shit.
Is there another dispenser?
I fixed the sabotage. The metagel dispensers should be working now.
Thank you. I'll get patients moving through triage immediately.
Great work, Shepard. And listen, I'm sorry for... Hey, that's him. That's my Cerberus contact. Hey, you! You're under arrest.
Shepard, did I help?
Yeah, Conrad. You helped.
I don't even feel anything.
Actually, I sabotaged his gun. It might have looked like it fired, but that was just the thermal clip overheating. Hi, Commander. It's me, Jenna. You helped me a few years ago when I was working undercover at Cora's Den.
And now you're volunteering here.
Right. Shellick showed me a few little tricks when he had me working undercover. Guess that paid off, huh?
You saved my life.
I can't believe you were willing to lay down your life for Commander Shepard. You're so brave.
Oh, the Commander and I go way back. Let me give you a hand, and I can tell you about it.
Okay, all in all, that's a pretty funny and pretty cool thing of bringing back very minor things that you did all the way back in Mass Effect 1. I am satisfied with this. Being, you know, a completionist kind of gamer that really likes doing, well, likes. To be honest, that's, you know, I do not always like doing those very minor quests, but I feel compelled to do them.
I have your footage.
Thank you, Commander. I'll start editing it right away. Thank you, Commander. I'll start editing it right away.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D-24.
I've got your briefing, Private. Let's fill you in before the squad arrives. The Alliance is posting us to an Ezo mining facility on Zani. It's a low-gravity planet, toxic atmosphere. You'll be expected to maintain full survival gear. Any questions?
Are we playing security, Sergeant Olenby?
No, Private. We are not.
Krogan leader Erdnot Rex stated that his support of the Turians proves that the Krogan are ready to return.
Man, I had a friend in security at Sonax, and there was definitely Prothean tech on Garvug. I know the Valhallan threshold is Reaper territory now, but Prothean tech could help the Crucible. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm aware this is an unsecured channel. Yes, understood. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so what's up with the batarian transmissions? Where am I supposed to look for them? Batarian codes. Consult the Spectre terminal and locate access points on the Citadel. Yeah, but where? Where are they, actually? Maybe I need to return to her.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
No replacement has been selected for the position vacated by Councilor Danelle Medina, who died assisting Cerberus in an attempted coup against the Council.
Nope.
Heavy losses are mounting as human colonies of Elysium, Tiptree, and Suzlo are hit. Elysium was attacked, but Alliance forces were able to evacuate all students.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Ward's level, Purgatory.
How's the head?
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
Good. When I heard you were injured.
It was stupid. I should have ducked when that wall came down. Something good has come out of all this, though. Got new equipment. Sent me a set of Vortex armor. Man, summoning supply sure messed that one up.
Oh, I've heard those are pretty good.
It's great. It'd only be safer inside a tank. That's why Vortex gear costs more than I make in a year.
No, the problem is that our people are terrible at making war. The library at Asha had sacred texts on the ways of the Huntress. The defining works on the art of battle. But the Nimbus cluster has already fallen, and our people are here dancing instead of fighting.
Oh, Jack.
Ugh, this sucks.
What have you got there?
Duty roster for the students. It's what I do for fun now. They've got us spread out across Alliance units. Reinforcing barriers, modding ammo, that kind of thing.
How are they holding up?
They're fine. They're not the ones reading duty rosters while on shore leave.
Complain if you like, but I think military life suits you.
Hey, running back to the Alliance was your lifelong dream, not mine.
Come on, plenty of combat, free room and board, and people you can depend on.
Yeah. Maybe your little suicide squad taught me something about teamwork. Speaking of which, thanks. My guys are handling the support stuff well. Still see some action, but they're not on the front lines. They've saved a lot of lives. It'd be a hell of a lot more fun with you. You find bigger fights. But the little shits are useless without me. I gotta stick with them. 'Cause I'm dependable now, apparently. I blame you for this, Shepard.
Come on.
What?
The duty rosters can wait. Right now, you're on shore leave.
Shepard, everybody knows you can't dance.
I miss Afterlife.
Yeah, this place is so clean and squeezed. Anyhow, thanks for the drink. But why'd you drag me out here?
You, still got that merchant trade?
Yeah,
Looking for work.
might as well. What you got?
I'm curious, what material is your face made from?
The surface is a flexible biomimetic nanomaterial over a metallic skull.
The skin uses shear thickening technology to help protect the central processing unit in the head. If the skin is struck or shot, it solidifies to absorb the impact. It also is capable of limited self-healing.
And what about the hair?
It is of similar construction. For defense, I have set it to cohere into a solid piece. However, for infiltration purposes, it can be parted into individual strands. If it has recently been exposed to water, I generally can't do a thing with it. If I'm not needed to answer an inquiry, I would like some time alone. If I'm not needed to answer an inquiry, I would like some time alone.
Oh, that's what his name? Cortez and one of the other guys.
Look at this! All it took was a Cerberus attack on the Citadel to get folks around here to pay attention to the war.
How is this any different from normal?
Can't you see the desperation? This isn't happy dancing. This is forget my problems dancing. Look at the arms. If a guy waves his arms like that, he's worrying about a lot more than looking stupid on the dance floor.
That's surprisingly observant.
I've had time to watch a lot of dancing from the sidelines. Speaking of which...
Dancing?
Watching from the sidelines. What do you think about me and Edie?
I don't have a problem with that. To be honest, I said a number of times how I don't really consider artificial intelligence to be in any way inferior to organic intelligence. She's a person to me. The fact that she's made of metal is irrelevant. I have no problem that they might be in a relationship, and I don't even find it to be that weird, because, it would be weird if you would pretend to be in a relationship with a VI, which isn't really a person. That's just deluding yourself. But she's an AI, she's a person, she's just electronic.
Why not?
Because I could break a bone just from some light over-the-clothes action?
That's always a risk. But then so are the Reapers.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on dating Harbinger.
You know what I mean. If we all ended up dead this time tomorrow, what would you regret?
Getting a shattered pelvis. And a broken heart. Such a stupid idea.
If you could be out there right now on the dance floor, would you be waving your arms?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got bigger things to worry about than looking stupid.
Yeah, guess I do. Now, if you'll excuse me... Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start. Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start.
Look who's here. The Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse are in my pocket. I'll send them to war when you're ready for them. Is there anything on your mind?
We'll talk later.
I'm sure.
The code of the ancients is the collected wisdom of our
One moment, please. Now arriving at the Citadel Embassy.
Okay, so what's up with the batarian communications? This is killing me.
Alliance forces struck back at Cerberus with a daring attack that disabled a Cerberus fighter base on Novaria.
Like, I don't know where to look at this point. It said it's going to highlight it for me.
E24, emergency civilian housing.
I just need a few moments to myself.
But clearly it doesn't do that.
The second human Spectre assisted Commander Shepard in preventing Cerberus forces from killing the Council.
I believe those are my credits. Ah, shit. I don't believe it.
Died assisting Cerberus in an attempted coup against the Council. Heavy losses are mounting as human colonies Elysium, Tiptree, and Sue's Hope are hit by Reaper forces.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D24.
Have you discovered a way to run FTL spaceships without an ESO core, Private Talavi?
No, ma'am.
Then consider this a serious assignment. Intel's expecting a Cerberus raid.
Cerberus? Cerberus?
They're a problem?
I thought we were fighting Reapers, ma'am.
Give it a week. You could be.
I guess the only place I haven't checked, I think, after I got the authorization, is the hospital, so maybe it's in there.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Human Spectre assisted Commander Shepard in preventing Cerberus forces from killing the Council.
Oh, it actually is in here. Okay, I feel dumb now.
Knowles, this is Shepard. I found one of the code locations.
Okay, I'll shut it down. Just need to authorize your Spectre status. Someone used this to cut off power to a dozen life support machines in the hospital. Okay, that access code is officially disabled. Can you find any more?
Alliance forces were able to evacuate all students.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D24.
I'd like to request a transfer to a zone with Reaper, Sergeant.
And may I ask why you think your deployment deserves special treatment, Private?
I think I'll do better against the Reapers than Cerberus, ma'am.
And what combat experience against Reapers are you basing this on?
None, ma'am.
Outstanding.
Knowles, I found another spot where the batarian code...
Holy crap. These are the remote navigation codes. Last week's crash at the docks, we thought it was an accident. Shepard, there were 117 Alliance soldiers on that ship. All human. Just like the patients at the hospital.
So we've got batarian codes, and someone with a grudge against humans.
Looks like... Okay. This code's offline now as well. Should just be one left, Commander.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay E24. Emergency civilian housing.
No replacement has been selected for
you, hey.
Your parents get here yet?
Nope. It's okay. I mean, they'll get here. They always keep their promises. They... Next shuttle was probably just late or something. That's all.
I'm sure you're right. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Knowles, this is where the last access code was used.
What's that, Commander? I'm losing your signal.
Shepard.
Balak.
You should have killed me on that asteroid over Terra Nova. I've been waiting for this. Everything that has happened to my people is your fault.
All I did was stop you at Terra Nova.
Yes. After you ruined my plans, my government accelerated research efforts on the Leviathan of Dis. Have you heard of it, Commander? The ancient organic dreadnought my people recovered from Jartar 20 years ago? Sound familiar?
A Reaper. Your people were studying a Reaper corpse.
Yes. Looking for a way to reclaim our place as the true power of the galaxy. Hundreds of our best scientists were enlisted.
And then they became indoctrinated.
When the Reapers reached Karshan, our own people betrayed us. Defense grids were deactivated. Ships fired on Allied targets. We were destroyed from within because of you.
That's some pretty insane jump in logic, but then Balak has always been known for that.
I didn't destroy your people, Balak. The Reapers did that.
We were a proud race, a beautiful race. Have you seen what the Reapers have done to us? I'm trapped on this Citadel. Our warships only know the locations of Reaper forces because I've tapped Council transmissions. I am the highest ranking military officer left in the hegemony. I can't save my people, but I can end you.
I'm kind of tempted to kill him, but if he can, because he's just such an asshole and like a terrorist with like a triple-digit death count. But if he can provide military assistance, then maybe at the very least he can find penance, in combat against the Reapers.
Balak, you sent that asteroid toward Terra Nova to help your people. But what does killing me accomplish?
Vengeance. The Bahak system, well...
They would have died anyway when the Reapers showed up. You know that. I'm uniting the Krogan and the Turians. We're the best hope for this galaxy. If you care about your people...
Our ships are yours.
Shepard, are you all right?
Fine. You won't have any more trouble with those codes.
Is that... Do you want me to arrest him?
I want you to put a bullet in his head. But we're all making some sacrifices today. Let him go. Spectre Authority.
Understood, Commander. And thanks.
Are you kidding me?
Stated that his support of the Turians proves that the Krogan are ready to return to the Citadel. Forces continue their assault on Asari space, claiming the Nimbus cluster.
Spectre status. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D-24.
Sergeant, I have a little brother. He went off-planet to try and make money, hung with a lousy crowd. A week before the Reapers, my brother sent me this excited message. He'd found an organization with lots of pay, benefits. He snuck me a photo of the shiny new armor they gave him. White and yellow armor, ma'am.
Okay, I will return to the Normandy and consider my next move, but I will do it next time because this episode has been long enough, So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!